starting at the top of the buttocks. Move your hands up and to the sides in 3 movements, then go all the way to the top, around the shoulders and come back. The pressure is nice and light here, and once again we're just doing this to spread the oil and to heat the area up before we start massaging it. You can do this 2 to 3 times. We are then going to do knuckling on the same path, up the spine all the way to the top of the back, around the shoulders, down the side and back to the beginning, and then we do this 2 to 3 times. Here you can start using light to medium pressure. The next movement we're going to do is called spider walking. This is a especially nice movement to do. You're going to start at the one side of the back and then move all the way towards the other side. Starting just above the buttocks, you're basically going to use the top of your fingers and walk like a spider, and then drag your thumbs up the spine from the bottom to the top. Make sure you grab a nice bit of skin and muscle, as you can see here, and just drag it all the way to the top. Next, we're going to do circular movements under coccyx. This is the lower part of the spine. It takes a lot of strain, and this is a very relaxing movement using medium to heavy pressure, just massaging with your thumbs into the lower part of the coccyx, as you can see the therapist is doing here. We are then going to track the hip bone by using the palm of your hands. Basically use your fingers as an anchor, and then move your palms up and down, tracking the hip bone from your spine all the way to the bottom. Next, we're going to do thumbing of the spine muscle. You basically use your thumbs, hold on with your hands on the side of the back, and then push off towards the side of the spine with your muscle. You only work one muscle at a time. Make sure you never work across the spine, as this is very dangerous. Then you move to the other side and do exactly the same. Now we're going to do a similar movement in the same action, but you're going to use the palm of your hands and use a little bit more pressure. Remember, we're using medium pressure here, and don't press too hard just yet. You just use the muscle and squeeze it towards the side. Then you reverse this movement and drag it towards you, covering the other side of the spine. Next, we're going to do a ringing movement, but now you're going to use your whole hand and only do it on the one side. You basically take your fingers all the way underneath the abdomen and then drag it back up towards the spine. Now do it on the other side. One hand at a time. Make sure you've got enough oil so that you don't cause friction or pinch the skin when your hands come past each other. Okay, now we're going to use a little bit more pressure, but still be careful. We're going to use just the palm of our hands. We're going to use just the palm of our hands to really get into the lower part of our back. All you do is use the palm, start at the top, and then squeeze down, moving only up to the middle part of the back, and then come back again. Now we're going to cover the same area but use circular movements with our thumbs. This time we're going to move all the way to the top of the back and the bottom of the neck. Make sure you work each thumb just on the specific muscle and you don't cross the spine. Nice medium pressure and stay on that muscle. We're then going to do some friction movements around the shoulder area and the neck just to warm it up. You basically take your hand, support it with the other one and use medium to light pressure to just do circular movements around the shoulder. Then move to the other side. Now we're going to do a friction movement that you're familiar with. Once again, make sure you've got enough oil so you don't burn the skin, and then with your flat hands quickly move up and down all over the upper back. Just using the front of your knuckles, moving from the middle back up towards the shoulders, nice medium pressure. And then we're going to move on to some kneading just with your fingertips. Make sure you cover the whole area and you really push into the muscle. It's almost like a coining movement, but this time you start with your hands already spread and you do not point your fingers first. Then we're going to move on to the shoulder and neck muscle. We're going to start by doing circular movements on the trapezius. On both hands, put your hands underneath the shoulder and with your thumbs make circular movements starting on the outside of the shoulder towards the upper part of the neck. Then we're going to move into knuckling of the neck and shoulder muscle. We're going to start by just massaging and kneading the trapezius and neck muscle. Start on the outside of the shoulder and move all the way towards the neck. Then we're going to do kneading. You're familiar with this movement already, but this time be careful and keep the pressure medium to light as you really massage that trapezius muscle and then moving into the neck muscle all the way to the bottom of the head. Start on the outside of the shoulder and then move towards the neck. Then we're going to do small coining movements, but we're not going to spread the hand out too much. We're going to start on top of the trapezius and just do small circles with the fingertips and move up towards the neck. We are then going to squeeze the neck and knead it with one hand, using the thumb to massage the one side and the fingers to massage the other side of the neck, just doing circular movements. Once again, don't pressure too hard, as this can be a very sensitive area. Then we're going to push with both hands out towards the shoulders, starting at the top of the neck, using just the palm of your hands. Drag the trapezius muscle and really push it down, as if you want to push the person down the table. And then finish with a nice effleuraging movement. And that concludes our full body massage. I hope you enjoyed learning the skill, and I hope that you'll enjoy using this skill on all your friends and family members.